Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Nate's Arby's time, where we're recording maybe? We might be recording audio. I recorded this yesterday, 5/10/26, like 10 p.m. maybe a little before that with Chris in Discord on screen share, but we were just bullshitting with the mics not in OBS. I started because there was like 9 zombies on me for no reason, and then the skeleton came in. I'm like, oh, we just gotta take care of his But it is currently 5/11/2026, next day at 4:20 p.m. And I sped this up to 155%, but when I'm trying to type the speed for some reason, it just types weird ass fucking characters, so whatever. I don't know why. It's just annoying. But yeah, yesterday I was killing some zombies, and then I continue on the roof, actually, slash the expansion of the main house, not the Arby's. But yeah, so we're gonna see me go through that and be building on that. That was me teabagging the air, respectfully. The song's a little loud. I'm also like live voiceovering this in the mix. Some Minecraft watermelons. Pretty epic. Maybe we crack the Sam's Cola, not sponsored. There's like another zombie, bro. Tastes pretty good. Haven't had one of them in forever, so I'll be trying one. This was me showing how the skybox is super fucky for light there, and then I noticed the shape of the skybox is like super different. And then my least favorite enemy came up, the drowned. Them fuckers are annoying. Stupid ass waste of like mob vote. We're back. And every time you start the drawn, it applies the night vision, is why we had night vision on there. So I switched the land mode on to make sure we had inventory on. And then I just quick killed to come back. And yeah, I wanted to go for an old school feeling building with like my modern style quote of like myself at least just doing whatever kind of idea I think of as it comes up. You see me adjust like my building based off of that as the idea comes up. And we use fences and regular wood, and then we switched to some dark oak later. And I wanted to make lots of natural light holes like I did for the rest of the building, hence all the glass around. I wanted to leave a couple spaces and use fence instead of glass for some. And we do that. And then I'm like, well, I want to make this a little more intricate, you know, make it sort of bigger, not like a church thing, but like just like nice little intricate without the stained glass. A Judas Priest album, funny enough, is called Stained Class, and that's a classic. Check that shit out. Hell yeah. And the music ripping is the tabby version of Minecraft by C418, which tabby is Mario 64 sound font, but recompiled into the Minecraft John. So I love using this one more than the original. I got annoyed at C418 many years ago when he's like, my life is so hard, I'm throwing these frickin' Minecraft awards away. I get so much money and constant recognition, I frickin' darn. Meanwhile, I've been like grinding. Granted, it's video game content, but I've been doing so much other type of content like drawing and editing and even concert stuff too, and other serious projects over the years, and just it gets a little traction here and there, but the traction you get, it's like, give us money for traction now. It's like, come on, really? So it just sucked to see somebody throw something away that they worked for and loved at one point, and that many millions of people love, and they're just like, frick this. Sure, I do think a lot of award ceremonies and shit are bullshit, and, you know, standing up to the man and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like, damn, bro. I get the weight of having, like, a ton of, like, you know, a giant soundtrack like this would weigh on somebody, but at the same time, just let it ride, bro. It's Minecraft. You know? Like, just chill, bro. Just put some blocks down and look at a cat or something. I don't know what to tell you. Just feels a little silly. Feels a little silly. I hope this is recording. It says it's recording, you know. we would like to know if it's recording, the people back home. And see, some of the times I'm using just the regular building techniques too, so that you guys know I don't just click build, but god, that is a nice fucking feature. Like having too many items or whatever mod, and then the one where you could like make it not enough items or whatever, and it would show you everything, but you couldn't instantly get them. I thought that was cool, and then they added it into the game, and they're like, no, we made this. We won't get into that today, but, Lord. I don't know, I'm just glad to be back in here and building. I didn't feel like starting up the server, otherwise I'd have been playing on the server, so I just was like, well, I'm going to build on this until Joe gets on, and then we'll get into some Fortnite. Which we did. It was pretty cool. We keep getting better and better, but just random dog shit, like, last-minute things happen every time in the top, like, 10, top 5, or less. I'm like, and he's like, oh, I didn't know we were top 2, otherwise I wouldn't have done that. And I'm like, motherfucker, you got the same goddamn screen as me. It's bigger, actually, a bigger screen. And you don't see the status? Do you not read, Joe? I'd say that to his face, too. That's not shit talking. I do say that. And he's like, no, I'm stupid. I'm like, you're not stupid, bro. Just use the technology we have. That's why we have it. You know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I love him. But goddamn, we get so close to winning. And sometimes I fumble, too. We both save each other in there a lot. But, sometimes I'm like, Joe, that was like the most simple fucking thing, and you did the triple opposite of it and ignored all my callouts and didn't do any callouts. How the fuck do you expect us to win? And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I'm like, no, I'm not saying punish yourself. I'm saying learn from your mistake and change and do better and go forward. We build it together as a team. We learn. We don't have to belittle and berate ourselves. I want you to grow, my brother. You feel me? We don't celebrate each other's wins enough in this world. Not me and Joe specifically, but just in life. We out here fucking building in a world I started on my Xbox One at the end of 2019. It was, I think, January 2020. And all the old, like the wood and stuff I'm using to build, all that and this stuff around that you see in survival was done in survival. On an Xbox controller, on a tiny, clear, decommissioned prison monitor with no audio. I had headphones on if I wanted to hear it, plugged into the fucking TV, while I would be editing off of my Surface Book laptop from 2016. And that fucker would be like overheating on a charger, memory maxed out every other video, to where our Hauppauge recording software, or the Elgato running through the Hauppauge recording software, would be like flickering frames and shit. That's a tongue twister. Flickering flames, suffering, succotash. But, I don't know. It's just tying back into like doing so much shit and not necessarily striving for like, oh, people need to love this, they need to see this, but like hoping that people find something from it and can at least laugh or learn something, or just find some weird niche of thing that relates to them and like appreciate it and just reflect that some way. But then someone gets that with the music they made for this game that has meant a lot to me since 2011, and they're just like, nah, I'm throwing it away. Minecraft has done nothing for me. It's like, shut up. Take that shit offline. Figure that shit out with your family and with a therapist and shit respectfully. Like I said, I get it. It's a lot of weight, and there's more fame than comes with it than people realize, even if it's just your music and they don't see your face all the time. It can be a lot, as my phone goes off. But, you know, figure that out offline. People don't need to see and hear everything you think all the time. You keep that for yourself. Save your energy. Who gives a dang what they're doing? If you're meant to know, they'll tell you, and if not, or it'll cross your path. If not, so let it be. You know? Just feels silly. I'm just taking a breather there for a minute, sipping some cola. But, yeah, I've been really happy with how this world and the server's been turning out, but I just... Because I don't want to end it. You know, I can always come back to it, but I just, like, I don't know how to start a new one when there's so many things I still want to do in these worlds and a couple other worlds from back in the day on 360 that I've showed you guys. I don't know. It feels like a lot to ask myself sometimes, but like I might have said before last step, been doing a lot of going through old footage and photos and such for concerts and dash cam and just phone camera footage of the last few years, and got most of 2017 done as vlogs, basically. And it's just been cool reliving that stuff and actually being able to like see it in a fresh light other than how I recorded it, and just to see it go somewhere to where somebody might be able to, have a cool, it's going to sound silly, but, it is what it is, a slice of Midwest life in, like, the 2000s to early 2000s, late 2000s to now. And it's just me doing my life with my friends and family, distant, close, people I don't talk to anymore, or don't talk to me, people that have passed, old animals, and other stuff like that, and places that aren't open, and restaurants, and trends, and memes, and shit. And it's just really cool, because I initially, back in late 2016, started to try to record vlogs for the entire month of December. I was like, I'm going to record a little bit every day of just, like, where I'm going and this and that, because I was inspired by Casey Neistat and his videos, and, like, because he'll put the camera up, like, 8 different angles for, like, a 13-second shot of him riding a bike somewhere, like, and that shit was so cool to me. So I did that, and I edited some of it, like the JJC Film Week stuff I edited in my version of the Casey Neistat style, being, I think I was 18, maybe just 19. And, yeah, I don't know, but seeing him upload again as I just started doing that stuff kind of felt like, oh, okay. Because I carried a new version of that initial way I would cut stuff up into that, and I like it. There's a lot to do everywhere and, every aspect, but getting a little bit done here and there for myself and then just kind of letting it be there has been nice. I'll watch it back over, send it to somebody if they were in it or whatever, but I don't think I've really done that too much yet. And then I finally got the Resident Evil 4 Waxway vinyl unboxing / showcase episode edited with me and Colton. That was very good. That was the post-grog taste test video, and it was fun because we started that series in like 2018 or 17 technically on PS2, and then we restarted it on Xbox One on a different version of the game in 2019, and then into 2020 we finally recorded it and finished it, and then we never did the Waxway with the vinyl that came out because like COVID and everything else started going crazy. So that's finally, like, we filmed it last April already. I'm like, fuck, dude, I didn't realize it was that long ago, because I did the grog stuff a couple months later, but even then it was, like, 7 months out, and I'm like, ugh, dude, just life and trauma happens, and my brain shuts down, and I forget the things that I do like this are my way through it and out, and even if nobody watches, if I watch it back, I'm like, that's right, you did think and feel that way about this thing, and you had it figured out. Where did that change? Where did that go? Where did you let loose of that thought that you cemented? And I try to come back to that. Not to be the same person, but some problems always come back and rise and fall in different ways. But it's like, oh, yeah, you were more on sound mind on this and not on that, and now you're flip-flopped. Well, what's going on? Kind of a nice grounding thing. The song is always so fucking loud, bro. My God. There you go, C418. Remaster the song with this part fucking quieter. This house, I was really going for something different. And you guys can tell by the shape and what I've used already that it's really different. And then I wanted this part to be kind of bigger. So I was like, well, what if I switch logs? So we TP'd down to the basement. And I do it like square. I thought that would be kind of cool. I'm like, we're going to do like a pyramid maybe, or straight walls. And then once I started, I kind of figured out a little more. And I was checking if I had glass, which, yeah, I didn't. I had the sum, but, oh, there's still 6 in there. Good to know. This song started a little early on the mix, but it might not have been for you guys. This original file was 31 minutes, but like I said, I sped it up to, I tried to do 170, but it did 771 because the keyboard was glitching. And then it did 155, and then it wouldn't let me change it, so I just left it. I'm like, whatever, bro. Eat shit and die. Fucking stupid ass Adobe. Use that shit for so long, and then it's like, charge more money, break it more in that AI. Got you, baby. So dumb. We won't even get into AI, but because I do think there are good practical uses to some of it, but like just predatory garbage slop, pushing out content to say, I thought this, I typed it, I made it. It's fuck you. Like to test a blueprint of something in like a better graphic, or to have it think in an algorithmic way for you to figure out something that couldn't be sequenced before, or to strip vocals and bass and guitar and drums from a live track that was only recorded once live, and then to remaster the sound quality and the equalizer, and then to denoise it to where it sounds like it was recorded like now without it being turbo compressed. Like, I think AI is really good for those uses. It's like, oh, well, a human should be able to do that too. And it's like, a human isn't a supercomputer. In the ways that we are, we aren't. So that's where AI would come into good use. But like data centers, dog shit. And like any app or company using it as advertising, they just have those soulless eyes, bro. And then people using it for obviously like deep fakes and other horrid shit like that. Just, I don't know. It's all just so dystopian and cringe. People doing like Tinder scams on different apps like that, just preying on. It's all predatory marketing, preying on people not reading, not comprehending, and trusting too much, and just being stupid. And not that those people are stupid, but they pray that you are. And it goes for like, you know, certain types of food and medicine and workouts and cars and insurance and fucking everything else too. But I don't know. Just do what feels good for you and protect your soul, protect your effort. You don't have to wall off completely, but just kind of trace when you detect something sus and then go with that feeling. You don't have to full lean into it, but just, you know, be lenient. You can lenient with yourself, but firm with other things, you know, with other people, other boundaries, work, whatever. Fuck a job, they'll replace you so fast, bro. They don't give a fuck. Like, you might have a friend in the HR or whatever who's your human friend, but like the job side of it, they don't give a fuck. You're just numbers that gets paid. They do not give a fuck. So when it's like, oh, I can't make my grandpa's funeral, I gotta work. Fuck that fucking job. You go to your grandpa's funeral, alright? Oh, my friend really needs me to be there for this big thing, but I gotta work a 2-hour shift. That 2-hour shift can 2-hour these nuts. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. They'll just hire someone else. Or they'll be like, oh, you know, I'm sorry that you had to go do that. It's okay that you missed that time. Because people can choose to be human in these places, but they don't. There's options to where they can have leniency and be forgiving and strike little things off the record to people who really need it, without doing the, oh, I had to do this for you, then I have to do this for everyone else type bullshit. It's like, I'm not everyone else, and you know that. You know, not that everybody is super special, but in certain cases, there's places where it does need to come in, and these humans don't do that enough, and they really could make a difference. And that's why, like, they taught it in Bug's Life. Oh, what's one little ant gonna do? Well, that one little ant that decided to, you know, let someone that, you know, needed a bag of chips take a bag of chips instead of being like, oh, you gotta give me $1.60 for that. That fed that person. That one little ant fed another little ant, and that little ant has remembered that and passed the kindness on to someone else. That is 3 little ants, aka citizens, you know, doing good for each other because they could. It didn't benefit them other than to just feel good about doing a good thing. And it's something they just forgot about, didn't think about. But that second little ant that got a bag of chips never forgot it. You know? There's ability to be human every day in every way. And so many of us look to the technology of the future. That's just hell. It's hell and demons and schizophrenic worship of money. That's all it all is for. Let's get it done as fast as we can, as much as we can, and make as much off of it as fast as we can. That's all it is, y'all. Take your time, take a breath, take a minute, take an hour, take a day, take a week, take a month to decide on stuff sometimes. Now, don't spin your wheels infinitely deciding, but it doesn't all have to be done right now. And if it comes through your phone, it's gonna be there in an hour. You know? Just, we're only here for a little bit, and the people and things around us, even like the shows you watch, the food you eat, you know, some of that's only here for a little bit. And then it's like, oh, nope, that favorite thing you had gone forever and it never existed. Actually, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. No, you're not. Take a breather, get offline. I know this is online, but that's why I do silly, dumb game stuff, and we get real on here, because life is real and about real life. and these games are an escape from that. But our phones became such an overbearing escape from that nobody knows how to get back to real life. And where they do, there's still twitchy ways of how it was. Well, thank you guys. See you next time. Also check out Nate's Minecraft server. That one.